come out. Are we starting this?
Yeah, we're away.
We are
and it
away.
is straight into, I was going to say straight into the lead. It's actually going to be Josh Gollin on the 57 momentarily before he drops to third. And it is now one of the LRGs. Is it Shane Collinson that's coming to Andy Collinson to the front? Sorry, it is.
Zyra in the lead. Collinson fighting his way, fist fighting his way to the second place. However, he's been pushed back to fourth now as Gollin has gone through behind Zyra. Where's Harrison Crook? Oh, there he is in third.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there in third.
There's so many blue carts, isn't there? It's very difficult to tell who's who sometimes. But right on his case is championship leader Ryan Taylor-Truman. He just needs really to shadow, doesn't he? As I say that, he goes for a move down the inside of Jamie Zyra, and they've both gone through. In fact, Ryan Taylor-Truman follows them through. Great driving by Ryan, who's like I say, he just needs to shadow him, doesn't he? Make sure he takes points.
Yeah, pretty much. However, Harrison Crook doesn't really go about his racing in that way.
No.
He's going to be thinking, and there is the championship right there, right together. Harrison Crook and Ryan Taylor-Truman, as you said, Gaz.
Yeah. In fact, I've just noticed it wasn't Zyra they passed. Of course, Zyra was leading the race over the line.
Zyra's off.
It was, it was Steve Thompson.
Josh Gollin is in that second place. 57. Then we've got this battle here. Now, that's the championship battle. The orange and white cart is Ryan Taylor-Truman. He's on the Saudi cart, and he's currently leading the championship. In second place is that blue and white driver ahead of him. They are on equal engines. They're both on the Venator engine. And it's coming down to this last race of the season. Zyra and Gollin are up and away and have left these two behind. Gollin is down the order and outside of any kind of championship contention, but very much in championship contention are these two at the front. And if like you said, Gaz, Ryan Taylor-Truman just has to sit in the wheel tracks of Harrison Crook, and he'll win the championship.
And he's intelligent enough to know that. He'll just shadow, as long as he doesn't lose too many spots or get taken out on a silly move. He'll be quite happy just to sit there. You may want to get one over him just to make sure he finishes ahead of him, just as a one-up. But we'll see.
Really? Would you chance that? Would you chance having a go down the inside of Harrison Crook?
Well, if he starts getting backed into the rest of the pack, what would you do?
Well, you're going to have to, but I think at the moment that's going to be a big ask because Crook's away. We have got a challenge for the
Josh
lead
Gollin.
there.
He's gone through, hasn't he?
Yes, Josh Gollin.
He's having a great day, isn't he?
He is, but Zyra's got it back. It didn't take long for Jamie Zyra to come back.
But Jamie's going to be aware of that now and note that he's being challenged by.
Well, it's a bit early to be defending going into Gasworks, isn't it?
Of course it is.
For Jamie. And Gollin's now showed his cards.
He has.
He should have played a high-speed game of chess, Gaz.
He should have. Jamie's going to be aware of that now and he'll take a note of that moving further into the race, won't he, towards the end.
Yeah.
So Harrison...
He should have played... Yeah, Harrison Crook's catching.
He's coming, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coming. Absolutely. And so's Taylor-Truman, to be honest.
Yeah.
Taylor-Truman ahead of Steve Thompson. Thompson not really making any kind of ground towards Taylor-Truman. We might find... look where Nathan Schaefer is.
I was just
Nathan
looking,
Schaefer.
8th position so
started
far.
14th and he's up to 8th. He wants to be part of this, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Came into this final round third in the championship.
Yeah, where did he end up after the heats? Did you see that?
Still third in the championship on 10.78.
Cole Edwards will be pleased. He's up to 4th.
Yeah, equal points for Cole Edwards and Scott Smith.
Yeah,
in equal 4th place. Ben Hitch still leading the Masters by 4 points from Scott Clee. So let's have a look at the Masters, shall we, down the order as we'll watch that on screen because that's first, second, and third.
Well, currently,
but Scott Clee is currently ahead of Ben Hitch on the road.
25th.
Yeah. So Scott Clee,
at the moment,
is going to nick the Masters Championship after the nightmare of a day that Ben Hitch has had.
Of course, and Scott Clee is the 2023 Masters champion as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and where is he in the overall championship, actually?
He was way down. He was 8th or 9th, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was 4th last year, so, he's on for a seeded number for next year.
Yeah, I was chatting with Scott before and Mick, and it's been one of those up and down seasons with things just not going their way. But, it's racing, isn't it? This is karting. There's always something that's going to catch somebody up somewhere.
First three coming together then. Jamie Zyra pacing himself. Joshua Gollin's dropped a little bit off the back. And there's Harrison Crook down the inside at the first of the centres. Harrison gathering points, but not quite enough to overtake in the championship. But still, he's only got one pace, and that is absolutely flat chat.
Yeah.
Here it is, textbook. Look at that, guys, on the screen.
Well, it was a good move, wasn't it? He covered him off brilliantly in the first of the centres.
Yeah, brilliant move there. We've got the leaders out onto the start-finish straight. And Battenberg comes out. Battenberg comes out. What happened, Gaz? Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I was more concerned about I saw Carl Bryant jump out of his car and run over to one of his teammates who sat in his car, but not looking particularly comfortable. Carl's car on his way.
Red flag.
So red flag.
So he's going to be ready for the lights to go out, is Jamie Zyra, and Josh Gollan is ready as well.
Jamie's waiting for the acceleration.
In they come, we go green. We are under green, and he gets the drop on everybody side by side for third place as Ryan Taylor Truman down the inside of Harrison Crook, and that's the championship leader on second place in the championship. And Ryan Taylor Truman, Harrison Crook has been hung out to dry on the outside of the dogleg and finds himself. I'm not sure where he finds himself, but he's certainly not on the tail of Taylor Truman.
Yeah, I think he found himself in no man's land. He definitely took a trip across the grass on the outside of the dogleg, into the dogleg on the hairpin there. He's recovered it. I think he's dropped about 6th or 7th. But yeah, Ryan Taylor Truman, great start, brilliant move into turn 1, and he hung it out around Brian's on the outside for the inside.
Taylor Truman,
third corner.
He's been sat waiting for this race to get going again. He's been sat thinking of that move through, because that was absolutely outstanding.
Yep.
And it was purely on the brakes into turn 1 off that restart. The leaders across the line: Zyra, Gollan, Taylor Truman, Chafer, Nathan Chafer back into contention overall, with Andy Collinson coming with him. Nathan Chafer in the bright orange cart just behind there, just coming into the picture. That's Ryan Taylor Truman. That's the leader, Jamie Zyra.
Yeah,
Joshua Gollan right on his tail though.
Yeah, again, I think Josh is going to give this another stab, isn't he, before this heat is over for sure. 6 minutes, there's not a lot to happen. Like you said, the tyres are going to be cool now. We're going to see again, like we said before, who's more comfortable with a cart that's loose underneath him in these 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, we had about 6 minutes to go. We've already clicked back past over a minute of this. Mm-hmm. Behind these two is Ryan Taylor Truman, who came into this final round at the front of the championship. Josh Gollan looking like he's playing the waiting game, but he's just sizing him up.
He's
Jamie
Zyra, isn't he?
Jamie Zyra absolutely is aware that Josh Gollan is right on his tail.
Yeah, sure. Jamie, there we go. Josh is going to have a little look now. Jamie goes defensive into the first hairpin, the first centre hairpin. Does he go shallow on the right? Yes, he does. He holds the line.
That's going to stifle him though.
It has.
Look at how vulnerable that's created.
Again, but he's taken the shorter line, the faster line to keep Josh Gollan behind him. But he's brought Ryan Taylor Truman into the mix now. Where's Nathan Chafer been all day?
He was down the order, but this is Nathan Chafer down the inside of Taylor Truman, and into third, the CRG driver now into third behind Cartels Motorsports, Josh Gollan. And Gollan, who was held up by Zyra's defensive driving, has now become vulnerable from Nathan Chafer, and Taylor Truman has to slot in fourth. Where's Harrison Crook? Crook's in seventh.
Seventh across the line, and this leading pair has now become a leading quartet, and this is going to get lit now, isn't it? Because all 4 of these are going to want to win this. Last race of the season in the NKC.
Well, certainly Nathan Chafer does, as he goes down the inside, and
Forces
he takes them
wide.
Yes, he takes them both wide, and who's there to reap the benefits and take not just the crumbs, but the whole cake? As Andy Collinson picks up the crumbs as well. He's got a slice of it as well, and he's through and into third place. All moving beside Nathan Chafer down the inside. Is that Harrison Crook?
That was Harrison Crook
and
Nathan Chafer
getting together and ending up on the outside, almost off the track there. Harrison Crook was really lucky. And what has happened to Nathan Chafer?
We'll find out it was across the stripe. I literally just said it's a quartet for this win, and it's not. It's now a breakaway leader in Jamie Zyra with at least a second over Ryan Taylor Truman.
Well, everything kicking off and an MMA fight breaking out for second has allowed Jamie Zyra to get off and into the lead.
Yeah. With
Ryan Taylor Truman about a second, just over a second in that second place. Behind him, though, we've got, who's that coming back? It's Harrison Crook. He's up and ahead of Oh no, sorry, that's Andy Collinson.
Andy Collinson is third here. Harrison Crook's behind him with the yellow number board.
Now Andy Collinson knows this place like the back of his hand.
Yeah,
and Collinson would be very hard to pass.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's extremely fast. He's proved that already in another category this year. He's been very good. LRG would be very pleased to have him in there. And I think Louis is going to be happy with him today, isn't he?
Well,
he's a great show.
At the moment, with 2 minutes remaining, we've got a podium position there for Collinson.
Yeah, and
so he's however, with just under 2 minutes remaining, who's this appearing on his rear bumper? Harrison Crook. If you're Harrison Crook, you've got to get past Andy Collinson. You've got to get on the tail of Ryan Taylor-Truman. You've got to get ahead of Ryan Taylor-Truman. But time is absolutely running out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that red flag is going to, like we said before, tyres are going to drop off now. They've lost all their temperature. If they're only just coming on now, they're going to see a big difference in what they can do, where they're braking, whether they slide the kart into some of these corners, whether nose turns in. It's going to make a big difference.
Textbook overtake for Harrison Crook as he goes through on the inside of Andy Collinson at the Gasworks hairpin, and Collinson slots in behind. The HRS engine driver having to slot in behind TH Courses Harrison Crook, and if Andy can stay on in his wheel tracks, he might have a chance to come back at him using all of the curb and more there. We're inside the final minute, and as the leader Jamie Zyra continues round, let's see if we can go forward from this pack here and pick up the leaders as we're getting towards the final stages of the season for the Rotax 177s. We've got them just coming out of the Gasworks hairpin. There's Zyra there in the foreground as he comes out onto the start-finish straight. There's Zyra into turn one.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 laps to go, isn't it? Last lap board next time
Last lap
now.
board next time by, yeah. Absolutely.
And I think the gap has stabilised a bit, hasn't it? It's not really changed between Jamie Zyra or Ryan Taylor-Truman at the moment. Still hovering around a second and a half.
So Zyra will be just going into the Senna S's now. He'll just come into our view there. There he is there, just flashing. And we'll pick him up any moment now to take him into the penultimate lap. As the rest of the field come through, there is all sorts of action breaking out down the order. There's Zyra at the hairpin. He will be the 1 lap to go board next time through. And Zyra comes out of the final turn and crosses the line now, heading down to turn one. Heading down to turn one for the final time of the season.
Yeah.
Zyra is into the final lap then. The rest of the field through the dogleg as Jamie Zyra heading towards the Northern Cup Championship. He's out of the second of the Sennas. He's just in front of Frank now, heading towards the hairpin. Sorry, the chicane. Out of the chicane. The leader heading down towards the Gasworks hairpin. There he is through there now. So Jamie Zyra followed by the overall champion, Ryan Taylor-Truman. Coming towards the flag then, Jamie Zyra crossing the line now in fine style and showboating across the line. He will be our Northern Cup champion. The Dan Holland Racing driver on the Lando kart. The Saudi driver, though, Ryan Taylor-Truman, will take the Junction 6 NKC 2024 championship in very fine style after what was, Gaz, a very dramatic showpiece at the end of the season.